Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. It's November 2nd. We're going to look at a little bit of TA on SPY, GME, futures. JPal spoke today. That's what all this action's from. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. Follow us on Twitter at Happy Money YT, and we have a Discord server. Jump on there as well. Yeah, so the market's been kind of waiting on JPal, and today was the day. So yesterday in my video, just TA wise, even it looked somewhat bearish in the short term. I was saying come into Friday. It's this head and shoulders right here on the hourly. But on the daily, I was still more bullish, just thinking it's consolidation. And today, actually, once JPal came out, what the report said, so in writing, there was some verbiage that was a little bit different, and that looked bullish. I can't remember what it was called, progressive tightening or cumulative tightening, something that signaled potential for easing up on raising interest in the future. So that's where this rip came from. You remember I was long on micro S&P futures, and I was down like $1,000 on them today, and I was long on natural gas, and I was down well, last night I was down quite a bit on them, and before I went to bed I just put basically stop limits to close out of both of them at a small profit, basically just to cover my costs of entering and exiting trades. And neither of them filled, but natural gas almost filled on a spike, but then in the morning I woke up, I saw that it was kind of rallying, and so I canceled that order because it looked like it was going to become profitable, and I didn't want it to close real quick once it got up there. And S&P was, of course, still down from my cost basis, which, where was it on here? It was right here, somewhere around here. So it never hit it, came down. The UNG, the natural gas play, it came up, and yeah, and then it was profitable, like a couple $100. So again, it pays to kind of to hold these a little longer. You could always be holding at the last peak or the last low and be in the wrong direction. That is a possibility, but lately it's been just kind of choppy, especially with like natural gas. This is so choppy. That kind of holding through a little bit of volatility has been paying out pretty well. This one I didn't actually end up holding very long. I cut it for a small gain, maybe $100-200. I was ready to get out of that one, but hindsight, of course, I should have held it, because this thing actually made another big rip today. Would have been another probably $700 on this run right here. But got out of that one, so a small profit. And then the SPY play, actually, so I was down quite a bit on the future, and I was waiting for JPal. I didn't know which way it was going to go, but I knew it'd be volatility. So came up here, and it actually was green. I was profitable, so I closed it pretty early on in this first like 5-minute candle. I closed it for I don't know, $100 gain or something. Traded around for a bit. I thought about opening up a short, but my longer term outlook was still bullish just because of what he said in the report, and he hadn't spoken yet, but you know, him speaking could have sent it up or down. Didn't take the short here, but once it came down here, and let's see, he started speaking somewhere. Yeah, he started speaking like here, I guess. Took the short. I took one short here. Yeah, when it broke a low, I took a short. I can't remember which low. I think when it broke this low, I took a short. No, it was actually when he said, he answered a question. There was the questions that always scare the market. He answered a question, and it was quite hawkish, and I think that's when I took the short, like right here. And at that point, just TA wise, it already retested that kind of shoulder right here that we'd made before. So it didn't break that high, and it's looking more like a head and shoulders on the hourly here. And with that question, so I took 4 micros short here, and that was that from this move from here down to even just here. I think it was like $800 for the 4 micros. Closed it out on this engulfing candle. Even though my I was now bearish. I'm bearish basically coming into Friday at least. And I figured we'd probably come lower, but I kind of assumed also we'd have a bit of a bounce. Because after it broke this support, it's 379. I thought 375, I think I had on here. Yeah, my next support is probably 372.5 right there. Yeah. So it didn't end up bouncing, so I actually took another short right here, and it kind of broke the low of this little range. And then, yeah, now I'm holding that one. And I did set a stop loss on it for basically just a little bit of profit to cover my costs of entering and exiting. So that I might get stopped out on that if there's any kind of bounce in the futures. But yeah, I think SPY will probably keep coming down these next couple days. There is more data coming out. I think tomorrow, I think the next 3 days, the next 2 days, I guess, because today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I think there's data coming out the next couple days. So there could be some stuff that causes some bounces, but J Powell basically was, what he said was pretty hawkish. So where this finds support, I'm not sure. Could come down. Could come down, you know, quite a bit more, I guess. I'm not sure if this is the end of the bear rally, honestly. What he said, it could have ended it. I think CPI is next week, I believe, or it's coming up. So lots of different data coming out that could continue it, but for now, it's I would say we broke the range here, and so we'll probably keep coming down until it finds support, more or less. And I don't think today found it, at least for this week. So CPI and that sort of thing is good. We could be making just another lower support before we keep rallying, but so far it's definitely looking more like this bear rally could be over. But I haven't discounted fully yet. MACD is still bullish. Still have our green over the 9. This could just be, again, finding a lower support before another rally. But my short futures like it coming down, and UNG I'm kind of staying out of. I'd like to take it to the short side just because this head and shoulders on the hourly, but I'm a little scared. Looks just like it's in a range, so it kind of breaks out up here. I could see it rallying, and we also have colder weather coming and stuff like that, so this would most likely come up depending on how cold it gets this winter. But yeah, it is kind of in a range, so I'm kind of staying away from it. Did take a short on oil today. That's the other one I'm watching for the futures. This one I've been kind of torn on also a little bit, but today kind of solidified it a bit. We've got this trend, this resistance line. It's respected 3 times now. That said, this is a little bit of a timing the top on it, so we'll see. I usually try and wait for momentum, but if I do see indicators showing a reversal, then I will try and get a better entry, which would be more timing the top or bottom. On the 4 hour, we have this RSI divergence, which is a reversal sign, and the daily, it's not confirmed yet, but it could be building one with these two right here. So we'll see on that one. And then GME, yep, came down with the market. That hourly head and shoulders is playing out, and this gap fill is also probably going to happen. 25.96. If the bear market rally is over, I think GME still could make a move up to retest. I'm trying to think back to when we've had just one move like this, just one 30% day and then a drop, and there have been not quite that big, but I remember this day when we had a gap up and then it came down, and this wasn't as big of a move, but it was something. It's like a 20%, including the wick. So it's possible, I suppose. We are doing just a 1 day move, and it's not a continuation where we get a double top, but it's too early to tell because, as you see right here, this looked like a 1 day move for the first 7-8 days after, until we had that retest. So I'm not discounting it yet. I definitely think it could still retest. So still holding all my swing shares on it for now. I guess if we broke this support, I would probably say that this was a 1 day move and we're not going to retest it soon, basically. The support being this $24 range. Do come down here. If we stay up in here, I think it definitely could still happen. Volume, much lighter today, but yeah, much lighter. Better than it was back here, so that's good. Increasing volume, increasing volatility, even though it's red, but better just have more volume on it, honestly, for the bulls. So yeah, we'll see on GME. Futures though, realizing gains today. I think we realized like $1,200 just on the shorts, and then closing those longs that I was holding. Here's my oil short. I've just got 2 on these micro crude /MCL. These are for December, and then here's the micro S&P / MES Z2. So Z2 is the date. So you have MES. So see, MES Z2 is December, MES H3 is March, MES M. So it's all MES, but then the last 2 digits are the month of expiration. But yeah, I've got a stop loss on this one, and just to make sure. Oh, and then I actually have to make sure, because the other day I had a stop loss and then I forgot to make a good till canceled. There you go. Yeah, so didn't make good till canceled, and then after hours it moved against me, and it didn't trigger because it expired, that stop loss. So yeah, that's what I have to remember, making it good till canceled always. On here, I basically didn't have much exposure. I had the 36.39 call debit spread on GME in case we had just a quick another pop. Those are basically worthless now. Protected puts for margin. If you don't know about that, look at my video under strategies on how to increase your margin by buying puts with shares you own. I did actually do covered calls briefly on GME today. I don't like doing it, especially when it's low. I did it, and then I got shaken out because GME was looking kind of poppy this morning with volume, and it was just looking a little squeezy. So took a small gain on it, but yeah, didn't like it. If we do get another move up again, if we are retesting this again, I'll do covered calls and then close the swing shares. But at this point, it's happened too fast, too quick. If we break this low, yeah, covered calls and that sort of thing. So, oh, J-Heart with another crazy play. Daily SPY calls. 10K on daily SPY calls. So he was just trading it off a TA. He put it in here, 1245, based on, I don't know, his wedges. And yeah, it was a good play. It's crazy because I asked him, I was like, how much were you up before the move? He was based on here, off the wedges. Before J Powell came out. Because he had 10K on dailies. So traded it in what, 1245? Somewhere around here, yeah. Around here. So he had everything, and I almost went double down on my longs on the futures when I saw this engulfing candle signifying a bottom. But I was like, I don't want any more exposure on that. It's already a big play. I'm already down. I just was happy to get out of it for a little profit. But he had a lot of different TA signifying this as the bottom, and to me, I just saw an engulfing candle. I'm like, that's all I need to see. But yeah, he went long here. Held up till here. I'm assuming he knew that FOMC meeting was today, but maybe he didn't. Said it was up 40% here, and then yeah, this thing ripped when that came out, and he sold somewhere up here for, I think he said 130%, which is a nice percent gain. The position size is what's impressive as well. The conviction on that is pretty crazy. I don't know his net worth or anything, so I don't know how crazy that is. Maybe that's an extremely small amount. So, but yeah, that's definitely some ballsy plays getting thrown out there in Discord. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on there. Peace out.